Hello and welcome to Milestone Mindset Live. I'm your host, Nancy Sargent, and I'm the CEO of Sargent Marketing. We help nonprofits, small businesses, and entrepreneurs reach more people so they can serve more people. And I am so proud to be here today with Krystle Allen, the founder of Eyes Like Mine, a New Jersey nonprofit. We met through networking in different organizations, predominantly the organization that supports nonprofits in New Jersey. And Krystle, I am going to ask you to introduce yourself. Then we're going to give a few statistics about vision in America, and then we're going to jump in to talk about Eyes Like Mine. Sound good?
Sure, it does.
Great. All right, Krystle, please tell our guests today who you are and why we're talking today.
All right. Thank you so much, Nancy, for this opportunity. And happy Women's History Month to all of the women who view this interview. My name is Krystle Allen. I am the co founder and president of Eyes Like Mine, Inc. I just want to do an image description for my visually impaired audience. I am a Afro Latina woman, chocolate rich brown skin complexion, nice smile, curly wavy hair, and I am using some Fenty lip gloss. I love my Fenty. And a knitted sweater with a dark colored cami. So with Eyes Like Mine, we are really
Oops. Krystle, we're live, so I'm going to just say that your the sound was cutting out a little bit there. So I don't know if it's something you could adjust, but I'd like you to just start the Eyes Like Mine part. Broke up a little bit.
okay. I'm so sorry, everyone.
There
Uh,
you go.
okay, so I Like My Nick is a tax exempt 501c3 nonprofit organization. We are locally based in New and our mission is to share awareness about the abilities and potential of individuals with vision loss through community comprehensive empowerment workshops and innovative social change awareness events.
And that is very much needed. I'm going to put up statistics about the entire US. There are approximately 12 million Americans aged 40 and above who suffer from vision impairment, with about a million suffering from blindness. 1.3 million Americans over the age of 40 are legally blind, and 4.2 Americans over the age of 40 are visually impaired. I have been wearing glasses since I'm 6 years old, and I can see without them, but not well. I can't read. I can't drive. I can't do much. But I'm not legally blind. But I do appreciate and value that sense of sight. So, Krystle, I would like you to share your journey to founding Eyes Like Mine.
Oh, absolutely. And I just wanted to kind of like switch the narrative. You know, a lot of the blindness community, we would like to have positive reinforcement when it comes to our experience of being visually impaired. So, suffering, you know, we may have challenges, but we are living with our vision loss and we embrace our inner vision. Um, and some people, it might be a little harder than others to adjust, but you know, adjustment to vision loss is a continuous life experience. And, that's one of the reasons why Eyes Like Mine Inc. was founded in 2014 in a great place to think on the toilet. And I want to paint the picture for you all because one, who doesn't like a good image description or audio description for that matter? And you know, it's it's
Krystle, I'm going to ask you to repeat that. It cut out a little bit. The last sentence.
Let me, let me disable my voiceover. All right, this should be so much better.
There you go.
So, and that's assistive technology for you. I do use voiceover as a screen reader on my devices, and I'm kind of like on location. I am in Newark City Hall right now, one of the many places that I may do some of my advocacy and awareness. And Eyes Like Mine was founded on a toilet top because I was going through some of my own personal challenges, and I was spending a lot of time thinking about those challenges, and it was non-related to my vision loss. And it kind of like gave me a little epiphany as to I'm wasting a lot of time thinking about what is not really serving my life, is not bringing my life much value. And I just thought maybe I wanted to start a nonprofit organization to bring awareness to vision loss, to empower the blindness and visually impaired community local to Newark. And I didn't have like a full thought out plan right away, but I knew that I had a friend who also experienced the same condition as myself. And we were the only ones who met each other with our condition at the time, pseudotumor cerebri. And I had a cousin who was just graduating from Rutgers Law School, and I knew we would need some type of corporate or legal counsel. And together, with us sharing our conversations, sharing our lives with each other, we founded Eyes Like Mine Incorporated. So it was myself, Krystle Allen, Nicola Wright Prevo, and Esau Muhammad Esquire. And since 2014, we've been doing a lot of work to be innovative and to uplift each other. We haven't been perfect, I will admit. We've made some mistakes. We've had some opportunities where we had to learn from our mistakes. But overall, we've been reaching many people in Newark, across New Jersey, and outside of New Jersey, and even outside of the country, to encourage everyone to just live their best life in spite of their vision loss, in spite of any life transition they're facing. And we're all in it together so that we can, shed light on our abilities.
I love that. And Krystle, um, you were saying you made some mistakes, but mistakes are really opportunities to learn. And if we're not trying to push the boundaries or make change, then we can't make those opportunities to learn, let's call them. And this show is called Milestone Mindset Live. And that milestone mindset is one that has kept me going through my life. My dad used to call them stepping stones. And often when he would tell those stories, it would always be like maybe a cautionary tale. This could be a stepping stone into somewhere you might not want to go. But I've changed it and turned it around into milestones.
Mm-hmm.
So this audience includes entrepreneurs, individuals, nonprofits, and they appreciate knowing how we grow and how you went about creating something. I love the visual of where you came up with this idea. Many ideas are founded in showers and toilets and other ideas, but it's really when we're quiet, right? And when we're by ourselves a lot of times. So feel free to um, tell us about some of those growth situations since 2014, since founding Eyes Like Mine.
Well, some of the opportunities of growth included, um, sorry, it's some background noise. So
Okay. We are live. It's okay.
some of those opportunities of growth include just our foundation, building upon our board members, kind of like reassessing so that we can have a higher performing board because there's a lot of work that is out here for us to do, and we need people to help us follow through with our mission. Um, and even just having a plan, having a 5-year plan. We were just having a dream, and conversations. And so now we went from having conversations and having a dream to making sure that we document things and making sure that we are able to follow through with the plans that we set forth to do within our organization and just developing our professionalism. With friendship, when you think about friendship and you think about conversations, that's what you think about. But then we have this whole entity, Eyes Like Mine Inc. So we've been doing a lot of things to enhance our professional development so that we can be recognized as a professional organization. And also the tools that we use to bring awareness and to empower others who encounter us. We have went from just being a small local organization to entering into times where we get to partner with other established organizations, such as the Newark Museum of Arts, Vistas Education, the Greater Vision Foundation. All of these organizations have been organizations that have gotten to know us and our work, and they believe in us, and they've been able to share and support us in different ways so that we all can win together and still carry out the mission of Eyes Like Mine Inc.
What are some of the needs going forward in New Jersey or the United States or anywhere really that need to be addressed for this community?
Well, just a few days ago, a very great advocate in the disability community, Judy Human, went on to her paradise. And she was responsible for a lot of the establishment of the ADA Act, which happened in the 90s. And women like Harriet Tubman, this year she would have been 202 years old and she was legally blind. We need more representation in different spaces like the workforce. For so many years, 75% of people with disabilities have been either underemployed or unemployed. And just as any other individual, whether you have a disability or not, we are here spending money. We have bills just like anyone else. And we are in need of more opportunities that allow us to excel and enhance our skills. And not just a job that provides busy work, but a job that allows for generational wealth, a job that allows for financial security. You know, I'm almost certain that the majority of people with disabilities, especially people in the blindness community, are individuals with great skill, college credentials, and we all just need that opportunity to be heard and to use the skills that we possess in the workforce and any field of career that we choose to, because the choice should be ours. And then also just having that connection with people in the health field. We all are still in a pandemic right now. And there have been greater injustices done to people who are visually impaired and blind, and especially those who are deaf-blind when it comes to health care and how we are treated, how we are engaged with these medical professionals who aren't aware of how to just simply have a conversation with us so that we can get the treatment and needs that we need for better health care. And then also just an opportunity of understanding. you know if we all begin to understand each other, if we all try to learn from one another, that will help us a great deal as well, because there's so many times that people may see me being a legally blind African American woman, and I might be in a club somewhere, and they may say, well, what are you doing here? And I'm like, well, what are you doing here? you know I'm just living life and having a casual time. Sometimes some people may have those different stereotypes about us because maybe they couldn't imagine our lifestyle for them. They couldn't imagine themselves being visually impaired. They couldn't imagine themselves losing their eyesight. And they think that maybe when that happens to them, that life is over. But honestly, life just begins when you go through life transitions. If you have that self determination and that zeal to just think beyond the challenge, you'll see and surprise yourself sometimes.
Hmm. Krystle, let's break that down a little bit. I'm going to give you the opportunity to talk to our employers right now, and if you had their ear, what would you ask them to do to make employment more accessible or to connect with this community to let them know what jobs are available? But what specifically would you say needs you would like them to do first?
Well, definitely go to the communities. There's conventions that are all over New Jersey that happen for different sectors of groups. Where people identify as maybe hearing impaired or vision impaired or little people or people with mobility disabilities. There's all types of conferences and conventions that take place. Going to those places and, establishing maybe an access team, a diversity team within their workplace settings so that their employees who don't have disabilities can have that engagement. Getting involved and having more in-service trainings to stay up to date with the culture, because disability is a culture, blindness is a culture, it's a lifestyle. um, and just kind of
Oops, we lost you there. I know you'll be back. So I'm here with Krystle Allen from Eyes Like Mine, and it is a New Jersey-based nonprofit. She's on location advocating for one of her community members, and there's a minute of technical difficulty here. There
people.
we go. We're back.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So where did I leave off at? I didn't even know
We
I was cut off.
You cut off right at about the part of talking about the culture. And you were doing a great job telling and asking employers to consider these things. So you were there.
Oh, yeah. So having more diversity teams, maybe having a diversity day, an access team, making sure that the technology that they're using in the workplaces are actually accessible to their employees with different disabilities, especially those who are visually impaired and blind. Um, you know, uh, Seeking the opinion of the actual visually impaired or blind person. There have been many instances where major corporations say they have an access team or say that they have different opportunities and tools for employees with disabilities, but they seek people who don't have the disability. So who better than us that can, make the recommendations and suggestions? We're living the life every day. So giving us that first chance to, experience what we can do to contribute to make sure that inclusion really truthfully is emphasized in workforce opportunities.
So I have a lot of clients who do have diversity initiatives, and I'm going to honestly say that this is not something that has come up, and that's not what currently is the first thought, and it needs to be. I'm really glad you raised that issue. What would you like healthcare providers to know and to be sure that they are considering during the appointment or otherwise?
Well, I would love for healthcare providers to definitely make sure that they are on top of the trend and disability culture, to make sure that they also have an advisory council for patients who may have different disabilities, so that, when we leave these healthcare places, we don't feel less than valuable. We don't feel like we weren't receiving the treatment that we came there for. Um, for maternity wards, when they have mothers who are giving labor, who may have a disability, just for them to have that awareness about how mothers with disabilities care for their children, and don't just go towards, we got to get the social worker involved. We're not sure if they'll be able to take home their child. We're not sure if they'll be able to take care of their children because they can't see or they can't hear. Many people with disabilities who are parents might take care of their children better than people who don't have disabilities. So it's just all about having that education, having that awareness, so that all communities can feel like healthcare is a safe place and it's an inclusive place.
So companies, who can contact Eyes Like Mine for information or support?
Oh, anyone can contact Eyes Like Mine. You can contact us at events@eyeslikeMine.org. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube with our handle at Eyes Like Mine Inc. And if you have questions about anything, we have support groups for men and women. We have our Dancing with the Blind event coming up on April 28th. And we're celebrating 9 years of our work on March 31st at the Newark Museum of Art. So you can come to us in person, you can come to us virtually, you can email us, and you can call us.
Is there anything, Krystle, that you'd like to close out our time together with today as a message to the community who can support you, the community that you're serving? How would you like to have the last word today?
Well, we just came up with a new slogan for our great year of work this year, and the hashtag is going, growing, and glowing. And we also are using the hashtag booked and busy because we are just that, booked and busy. So it's really hashtag booked, blind, and busy.
Booked, blind, and busy. Well, Krystle, you are an inspiration, and the work that you and your colleagues are doing is really important. And I know that I learned some things today that as a marketer for businesses and nonprofits, I'm going to bring back to the table for conversation. And it's been really helpful to learn this information. So again, our contact information is at the bottom of the screen. This show is airing on Eyes Like Mine Facebook and my socials. It'll be a column on medium.com. There'll be lots of ways to share this information. But if you have any questions for yourself, for others, your loved ones, or businesses or otherwise, please reach out to Krystle. And Krystle, thank you so much. And we're going to sign off.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank you.